I've been depressed and enlightened all at the same time. Like, who am I? Hi, friends. Long time no see, okay? Woo! It has, oh my goodness. I am just, I know, I've been gone. And this time it was just like very much unplanned. Like I just needed to take a break. And that's what this video is about. Where I've been, what I've been up to, and just all that. So I know my get readies with me aren't the most popular on my channel, but I know some of you guys would appreciate it because I've been getting a lot of messages where I've been, and so this is going to answer that. And we're just going to do a little recap of 2022, because when I tell y'all 2022 has drained me, like in all aspects, like every part of life, like literally beginning, middle, and end. It has just been a whirlwind. So let's talk about it. Let's chat. Let's give a little bit more info. So basically, let's just start off where I've been recently. So the month of December, actually, for the most part, the holiday season is not my favorite season ever. Like, I'm not a big fan of the holidays, if I'm being quite honest. It may be a reflection of my relationship with my family, I guess, in a way, where it's just like, I don't know. I feel like if you grew up with a complicated family, it's not like I have, I wasn't abused or abandoned or anything like that. I don't have those type of issues with my family, but I feel like if you know, you know what I mean? Like, yes, you have present figures, and yes, you have relationships, but it's complicated. So for a long time, since like being a teenager, the holiday season is not my vibe. I prefer to be alone during that time. So just inevitably, like, this season is just not my favorite. And there have been a lot of things going on to make it even worse than the default feelings that I automatically feel during this time of year. So first and foremost, I was going to make videos, and actually the week of the videos that I was going to post, my grandfather passed away. So, still really weird, because once again, going back to like family dynamics, I always tell my sister, like, we were like the orphan cousins. We're the orphan family members because we don't live in Puerto Rico. We live in the United States. And my parents are just, we didn't grow up around our cousins. We didn't grow up around our family members. We didn't grow up going to Puerto Rico for everything. And our family members didn't necessarily like come to us. So we just kind of like we're cool. Like I have like my aunt and stuff that is like, she's my homegirl aunt, but like I don't really talk to my family like that. Like I don't know how like everybody else is so close with their cousins and stuff, and like we weren't raised like that. Like we're cool with our cousins and stuff, but I don't talk to them. They don't really know what I got going on with my life. I don't really know what's going on with theirs. And so it was kind of like the same thing with like my grandpa. Like we talked to him growing up. He came to visit us when we did go to Puerto Rico. We would always see him, and like at the end of the day, that's your grandpa. Like we have nothing but good memories. I don't have memories of being raised by him or him picking me up from school, and I didn't call him when I'm having a hard day type of thing. So it's kind of just like really weird how this is hitting me. Like he was old. He died at 94. His birthday was he was about to turn 95. And so like, it's just one of those things where it's like, you obviously, he's old, so you kind of see it coming, like, but it's really weird because it's one thing to know about it, it's another thing for it to actually happen. And I don't know, it's just, death is weird. Like, it's just so freaking weird where you're just, and even there's something like that where it's like you kind of anticipate it. He's old, you know. He lived a great life. He, you know, was fulfilled. He was happy. He was, you know, he left in good spirits. It was just like his time to go. It just doesn't make it any easier. And even like, that's what I'm saying, like with death, like even if it's somebody that's not necessarily like the closest to you, I didn't have that like super crazy close relationship with my grandpa, but at the end of the day, it's still like that was my grandpa, and I did have a relationship with him, and you know, he was a part of my life and a part of my childhood and a part of everything. So, and like I didn't recently see him. I saw him in 2019, and it was like, you know, you just pick up because that's your grandpa. Like, of course he's gonna, you know, be cool and stuff. So, I don't know. It's just really weird. And so that's put me in like such a funk. It's just, it's been a lot of like emotions going on. So that happened. And on top of that, like, life is really just, you know, crazy. It's really just crazy. 1 second you got one thing going on, the next second you have another thing, and I've just been consumed in my life and my relationships with friends, family, my husband, all that stuff. It does, I don't know. I feel like it's just been like compiling on top of everything. Like, I already don't like this time of year because of like, you know, my own childhood traumas and tribulations. My grandpa passed away. I'm going through it personally with everybody in my life. So, and not just like I'm not like fighting with anybody, but it's just like, you know, life is happening and things go on, and I don't really touch too much on like my family life because I feel like that's very personal, but I also feel like my experience can be kind of relatable to people that experience, because like, okay, right? So like, I don't have issues. Like, I wasn't abused, I wasn't abandoned, I wasn't neglected. I was actually very spoiled as a child. Like, I don't know. It's weird because I'm in a very niche specific category of people that have like family issues, where it's like, yes, I had a family, yes, I had a good upbringing, no, nobody did anything to me, no, I wasn't assaulted, or, you know, I don't have that kind of background, but that doesn't negate the fact that I still have issues, you know. So trying to navigate through those, and you know, when I say life doesn't stop for nobody, I mean that in like the most purest, honest way. Like, life does not care that this is the time of year that you don't really like. Life doesn't care that, you know, there's death going on and there's a lot of emotions happening. Life does not give two shits, okay? It just will keep on going and keep making you do what you gotta do. Because at the end of the day, even though I'm sad and depressed and all that other stuff, bills are still due at the first of the month. So I heard something like that somewhere, where it was like, it doesn't matter what's going on from the 2nd through the 30th, the bills are still due at the first of the month. And I'm like, oh, that's so true. It really is. Like, it doesn't really matter what's going on in your life. Like, you still gotta wake up, you still gotta go to work, you still gotta cook and clean and do what you gotta do. So that's what I'm doing. I'm literally just existing right now, trying to get myself together. And especially now for the new year, because I'll be real with you, my job is getting to me too. My job is getting to me too, where it's like, oh my goodness. So without trying to, like, I know this sounds like such a complaining video, but it's just, you know, I'm being very, very honest right now. That's where I've been. There hasn't really been much as far as like milestones or any like specific reason why I haven't been on YouTube. I've just been in my own planet trying to figure out what I got going on. And being real blunt and honest with you, the last thing I wanted to do was sit in front of a camera and talk about something that I don't really care about right now. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much where I've been with that. And I've just been all over the place, to be quite honest. I did record a video and I didn't end up doing anything with it because I didn't like it. I felt like it was all over the place. As do many of my videos, I feel like, especially because I have so many concepts. Okay, like especially these kind of videos where I don't really have like a certain chronological order I need to go in. I'm just kind of talking. It's really hard to keep myself focused. I don't know. And then like too, because I have so many concepts and so many ideas that I want to execute, but it's just like having the time and then being able to do it properly, like having the time to do like the beginning, like what am I trying to look for? Having the time to do the like pre-production of the YouTube video that I want to make is one thing, and then finding the time to actually record and do the actual video is one thing, and then to edit is another thing, and you know, all that stuff. So it's just that yeah, y'all, do you see my hair right now? It's like, I think my hair really tells you where I am in life. Like if my hair looks like this, girl, I'm going through it. I haven't had the time or desire to straighten my hair, which is a big part of my routine. And when my hair is done and laid and slayed, it's like, oh, okay, girl, you're doing well. Which is really funny because before I would always say like when I looked the best, I'm feeling my worst. Because when I am going through it like real bad, girl, I'm always with my hair and makeup done. Because the last thing I'm gonna be is sad and ugly. No, you can be ugly and happy because you don't care. You're so happy, you're on cloud nine. You don't care what you look like whatever. When you are sad, girl, please. Oh my God, you're just sad. And so you like can't be ugly. Like you cannot like have a bad day and then look at yourself in the mirror and be like, oh my God, and my under eyes are so dark. Like no. So I typically run with that mentality, but lately, girl, please, I've been looking a mess. And I've just been trying to get myself together. My whole mantra this whole time is like the TikTok sound. I'm trying to get my motherfucking self together. I can't even get my motherfucking self together. But anyway, in other news, that's where I've been. That's what I've been on. And I'm really sorry for not uploading. And I'm really sorry to my members because I've also have not been uploading on my membership either. And to be like, I don't know, to be real with you, it's like I don't want to end the membership because I really do enjoy it. However, it's like the commitment of like having people pay. So I think I'm just going to put like a cautionary tale. Like, look, when I'm on, I'm on. When I'm not, I'm not. I think like my membership will just be like if you want to see the videos that I do already have up there, or I don't know. I don't know if you guys can tell, but your girl is just going through it, and I just cannot. I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. Like even today, I'm just like, I've been lacking so much motivation and so much just energy where I just don't want to do anything. I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to see people. I don't want to go out. I don't want to like nothing. Nothing sounds appealing. Nothing sounds fun. Maybe I'm depressed. I don't know. Because I feel like I sound like that commercial with the depression medicine where she's like looking out the window and life is just passing her by. I think that's one of the things. I don't know. That's how I feel. And I don't know how to kind of explain that in a way that doesn't make me sound like Eeyore. But anyway, so that's just what I've been on. I've also, you know, been a little dog mom, and that's been all over the place too. I swear at one point, like, I had a mental breakdown. Like, I literally could not do it because my parents had dropped my like childhood dog off, plus my puppy, plus this, like, it was a lot going on. I had a whole mental breakdown. And I had a whole mental breakdown. I was like ugly crying, scream crying, you know, one of those where like the boogers coming out of it. Like, it was bad, okay? And like all of this stuff has been, and then like, not to mention, just to add in, what is that, insult to injury or whatever the saying is, my windshield is cracked. Like, so y'all, can you just understand where I'm coming from? Like, your girl is really trying to pull through, but oh my God, it just sucks, dude. And like, oh my goodness, it's been a rough month, okay? It's been so freaking rough. And on top of that, we'll talk about this year. So this year has definitely, I feel like for me personally, has been a year of reflection, where it's just like, I feel like I'm learning more about myself than anyone ever. Like, I'm learning a lot about myself as a person, and I feel like that's another thing. Maybe this is adding on to the depression. I don't want to say the word, but I don't know, because I'm like not diagnosed with it or anything, so I'm like, should I even throw that out there? I don't know. But I feel like this year has been a lot of me just being like, I feel like calling myself out on my own bluff, or like even other people, not really other people calling me out. It's like the actions of other people and like the falling outs that I've been in are like calling myself out. So it's just been a self-reflection type of year, where it's like, is this the type of person I want to continue to be? Are these characteristics something that I want to continue to have? Is this something, you know what I mean? And I'm telling you, what just happened? What fell? The lid to the powder fell. Oh my God. We're gonna continue on. You know how like people always say like, you don't even know who you are in your 20s, and your 20s is your time to discover yourself. Like, I really understand that now, because I'm just like, this is really the time that I'm taking, and this year and the experiences that I've been through with other people are really like basically like slapping me in my face, like, this is who you are as a person. Do you want to continue to be this person, or do you want to change that about yourself? And that's kind of where I'm at, where I'm like, okay, this certain experience happened, this thing happened, and it kind of brought stuff up to me, like brought things to the surface. So it's like, you're gonna confront yourself. It's like, so do you want to continue being this way, or what could you have done different, or do you feel valid in what you did in this situation? So I've just been trying to like get that, because I feel like this year has tested me to my core, just like as a person. Some for good, some for bad. And I'm like, you know what? Sometimes you really do have to sit with yourself and with your thoughts and be like, you know what? If people are saying this about me, to me, maybe it's something you should take into consideration. You know what I mean? Because I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I have really come to realize I'm problematic now. I've come to realize that I am just one of those people that is really comfortable with the people I have around me, and I just expect everybody to treat me the way other people in my life are. So like, for example, I'm a very, outspoken, opinionated person, and I gravitate towards people who are very like calm, chill, go with the flow, everything. Like, it's the yin and yang effect. And so it's like I get along well with those people because they just don't care about anything. They're very, but then when I'm met with somebody who is also very opinionated and very, you know what I mean, very outspoken, it's like, okay, I don't like you. But then you got to think about it and be like, you don't like yourself, because if you are met with somebody with the same personality as you and y'all don't click, that's how you are to other people. Like, you know what I mean? So I've just kind of been taking that. I feel like instead of manifestations and all that stuff, I've been on realizations. That was so corny, but that's just kind of how I feel like I've been. My nails look really ugly, so please don't look at that. That's another thing on the list of things I have to do. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been on. I've just been trying to figure out what I want to do, and like also, I can't even lie, being married has also like pushed that to the surface. Like, I'm very happy in my relationship and I love my husband. He's the best thing ever. Love him down. Would still get his face tattooed on me at any given moment. But I can see why people get divorced. Ooh-wee. This is hard, y'all. Like, it's hard. So, yeah. That's what has been preoccupying me. And like, not for nothing too, like there have been really good moments during this year. Like, we got our house, we went to Thailand, which is something that like it kind of like opened our eyes to see like, oh, like traveling outside the country isn't really as like crazy or too far of a far-fetched idea to actually execute. And you know, I got my dog, and you know, life in that aspect has been really good. That's another thing that I've been just like really getting to myself too, where it's like, as of recently, I don't know what it is, but I've just been so appreciative. Like, we went grocery shopping the other day. We went to Sam's and we spent a lot of freaking money. Like, for 2 people, it was kind of ridiculous. But it made me think, like, when I was just putting stuff in the cart, like just random stuff that I wanted, not really stuff that we actually needed, I was just like, you know what? This, like, you have to be appreciative. Like, I'm so glad to be in a position where I can just go to the grocery store and I can just put whatever I want in the cart and walk out. That's a luxury that a lot of people don't have. Like, a lot of people don't have that kind of luxury. And it's like, you know, I can go, am I rich or anything? Like, no, I'm not. I'm a regular person, but it's just like, I can do certain things that a lot of people, other regular everyday people can't, and that's something that you shouldn't take for granted. So I don't know, lately I've been also like hyper appreciative, and like it'll be like little stuff too. Maybe I'm on one, I don't know, but it's like the other day, I'm one of those people that hate parking far from the door. Like, I will circle the lot if it'll get me one of the parking spots that's not handicapped, but like the next one over, trust and believe, like I will circle the block for it. So like, my boyfriend is not, like, he's not like that even a little bit. He will park. He's one of those people that will literally park the farthest away from all the cars type of deal. And I get so annoyed by it because it's like I get it. You don't have to circle the whole lot the way I would, but like, you also don't have to park this far from the door. But on one of our little walks to the front door, I was really sitting here thinking to myself, I'm like, you know what? I'm actually very appreciative that I can walk that, like, and then I was just like low-key kind of like saying a little prayer to myself, like, thank you, God, for having 2 legs, 2 arms, 2 eyes, 2 ears, you know, like, it kind of sounds juvenile, but you really do just have to be appreciative, because a lot of people aren't afforded that same thing. Like, some people didn't wake up today. Some people, you know, got into some traumatic incident where they no longer have their 2 legs or 2 arms or whatever, you know. You just gotta think about stuff like that. So that's what I'm saying. I've been depressed and enlightened all at the same time. Like, who am I? So, as you guys can probably understand, that's why I've kind of been just in my own cocoon, just trying to figure things out, you know. And not for nothing, like, you know, me and my man, we fight. We get into arguments. So it's like, who is going to record a video after I just felt like, you know, cussing somebody out? No, I did not cuss him out. But it's just like, you know, y'all know if you've ever been in a relationship, when you are fighting with your partner, it's like, ooh, everything you're over it. The vibe is killed. Your day is done. It's like, you really did this at 9 a.m. Like, we are really arguing about this at 9 a.m, and now I don't want to do anything. That's how I feel. That is how I feel. And so yeah, that's been going on too. Yeah, we be fighting. So sometimes when that happens, more times than not, and like this month it's been happening a little bit more often because of circumstances. I have also not been in the mood to record. So yeah. This is a very, very honest and real update and what I've been doing, because y'all don't understand. And I gave up on the idea of friends. Me and friends, we're just not it. I have not fallen out with anybody, or like, people just don't. The problem is me. I'm like, whatever, we'll just stick to that. The problem is me. There are certain icks about people that once I see, I can't unsee them, and then I just jump ship, if that's what you want to call it, because it's just like, whatever, that's who you are as a person, that's what you do, that's your tea. So you continue to do that, boo, and I'm just gonna head out. Yeah. And that's the reason why I don't have friends. So I've kind of come to that realization, and I'm pretty much okay with that, because not for nothing, first of all, I don't even have time for friends, but second of all, I don't know, I don't really care at this point in time. Like, I literally don't care. I don't know, because it's like, what do I need friends for? I have sisters. And then it's like, what else do I need friends for? I don't go out. I don't do anything. I'm living my suburban dream, okay? So who cares? Who literally cares? I don't know. So maybe I'm Scrooge, maybe I'm not, I don't know, but crazy, because I feel like as of recently, if you guys don't know, I'm a really big fan of Cosmoholics Anonymous, and she's been like back on YouTube, back on her grind, like back on the whole, you know, uploading consistently, and she's been talking about her ex-husband and like that whole experience, which is wild to me, because I've been watching her for years, like years. I've been watching her since her makeup tutorials. I've been watching her, and I'm like, I don't know, it's kind of like, I know the relationship. No, I don't, but it's like, I saw everything like in real time, and to know like her coming out and sharing everything that's been happening since like we've been watching her, it's just crazy to think like, we know that like, you never know what people are going through. Like, that's a known thing. You never know what somebody's going through in their life, but it's really wild when you really like firsthand experience that. Like, this is somebody that I really liked her relationship with her ex. I always liked their dynamic. I thought it was always so funny. I thought they were like cool dynamic duo type of deal. And then little did we know all the stuff that was going on in the background. And it's kind of just like, it's true, because that's a life. Like, people don't get it. Like, what you see is not real. It's not what you get, you know? And so like, I don't know. Now I just feel like I'm rambling. I need to finish my makeup. But it's just crazy, because that's really the same thing that's been going on with me, where it's like, I have so many issues and so many things going on, and it's really hard. It's really freaking hard. And that's why it's just like, going back to the whole friend thing, like, I have 10 million other things I have to deal with right now. Then friends, then putting my energy, because I feel like friendships are just as, like, they're just as much effort as a relationship. Like, a good friendship is just as much work as a relationship with a boy, like, or with a girl or whatever. So it's like, if I'm not, girl, if I'm mentally not okay, like, I don't have time. I don't have time to be a freaking friend. And honestly, like, who cares? I don't know. I think I've outgrown that idea. I don't need friends. I have sisters. And me and my sisters can beef and we can go through it and we can, you know, have our issues. But at the end of the day, we're sisters, so we have to get back cool. So I think that's what I like about it. With friends, it's like, okay, well, this didn't work out. Bye. See you never. Such a side note and has nothing to do with what I've been talking about, but I'm doing my eyelashes right now, or I'm putting mascara on, and this reminded me of this one time I worked at the salon. The lash tech, the lash girl that I did a video on, I don't know, I think I put it in like a haul or something, when I was telling y'all about the girl that did eyelashes at the salon I worked at. She asked me one day, she was like, oh, who does your eyelashes? And these are natural, baby. These are natural. And she's like, oh, who does your lashes? And I was like, oh, nobody. Like, these are my natural eyelashes. And she was like, oh, really? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, they look so nice, blah, blah, blah. Why did she go to another coworker and say that I'm lying about having natural eyelashes, that I really have extensions and I just didn't want to say it? As if you can't tell. Like, whatever. I just think about that a lot. I'm like, you're annoying. My God. And did y'all know, like, that girl was so rude. She was one of the rudest people I've ever encountered. And it was just like that Sammy Sweetheart rude. Like, it's that passive aggressive, like, kind of thing where I'm so innocent, I'm so this. Y'all, she was like in church. She was one of those church girls. And I grew up in church. Like, I know the type and I know exactly what I mean. She was one of those. And I'm just like, of course you are. Of course you are. The main one snarking at people and saying that you're not going to come to the Christmas party because they just drink and they just use profanity and they just do this, that, and the third. Meanwhile, you're an actual. So. But anywho, what's my makeup looking like? It's like a natural slay. I'll take it. I love lip liner. Oh, what? That's one thing I will always be so thankful to my mother, because if you've seen me, you've seen my mom. She's just an older version of me. Just look at me with wrinkles and white. That's my mom. And but her lip shape, like, she doesn't have a cupid's bow. It's just like my lips. And I'm like, oh, I live for that, because I look like my lips are kind of small when I don't have anything on, like when I'm just wearing chapstick and stuff. And when I be putting on lip liner, what? Juicy lips. Like, who is she? She is me. Just put a little bit of this on my lips so it's not just matte. I'm honestly not a big fan of this. This is the Maybelline Cheeky Liquid Blush. Not the biggest fan, but we're gonna put it on my lips. This didn't do anything, so whatever. But tell me my lips don't look. She's cute. Anyway, so that was pretty much all I had to say about this. I wanted to record another video because I'm just in the mood. So I will be recording another video that has nothing to do with my downfall and depression. It'll be more so current events and what's been going on and why I cannot stand people. So anyway, stay tuned for that one. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, I'm so sorry about my absence and I'm so sorry about my inconsistencies. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's not going to happen again or what's going on, because mentally I'm in outer space. So take with that information what you will and move accordingly. That's all I can say about that. But anywho, thank you guys so much for being so kind and so nice and supportive during the time that I've been gone, because y'all have been hitting me up on Instagram and Twitter and stuff, and I really appreciate it, because sometimes I'm just like, who cares? Like, nobody's checking for me, and y'all do check for me, so I really appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a much better life than I am right now, and if you are in the same boat as me, I hope with all sincerity that it gets better. So yeah, anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.